You're watching and listening to Wood and Erek. The show begins now.
Good morning, Eric.
Hey, good evening, Wood. How are you?
Good. Happy 30-day anniversary of not doing the podcast.
Tell me about it. Honestly, it's been a minute. Well, people say a minute, but you know what I mean. It hasn't actually been a minute.
A ridiculous amount of stuff to catch up on, because
oh my god,
we still maintain the whole save it for the podcast, and we've been saving it for the podcast for 30 days. I know nothing about you anymore. I can see you are in the same house. I'm very happy about that.
No break-ins yet. Oh, by the way, are we doing Audacity or recording Audacity, or have we forgotten to do that?
I've forgotten.
We've all forgotten.
All right, it doesn't matter.
Should we take a second to do it now, or just do it live? It takes 2 seconds. We'll just open it up.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going now.
Actually, kind of fitting that we forgot something. Plays into what I just said. Yeah, 30 days.
Yep.
We haven't done this in a while. We had to reset everything.
Completely out of practice.
It's all my fault too, and we're gonna talk about that a little bit. But first, I think we should listen to. Surely, there's been a voicemail in the last 30 days.
Surely there has.
You betcha. Oh yeah, here. Let's listen to this one.
Hello, Mr. Beat-em-up. This is a message about your car's extended warranty. If you could please pay that on the 15th. Thank you.
You know what's funny? I actually got worried for a second because Kim and I have had an issue with that lately. And I was like, wait, is this a real one? But then I remembered it's a different phone number. It's not my actual phone number. So no, there's no way. But Kim,
Mr.
you know
Beat-em-ups.
you know how, did I mention it on the show? Mr. Beat-em-up, that's funny. Thank you for the voicemail, by the way. Did I mention on the show that we bought Kim a Jeep?
No, we haven't mentioned it on the show, but we were talking I don't know. I would say a little while ago now, probably been like 2 years at this point. Like how you were sat at the dealership for what seemed literally hours, and it was genuinely like hours.
Yeah. Well, that day was, we wouldn't go into that day, but that was the day we bought Kim a Jeep for her birthday because her car died. And we assumed the dealership would take care of all of it because when we bought my car, they signed me all up and it started coming out the bank account. We've had Chase Bank harassing us for weeks to get money from us, and we keep throwing out the mail thinking that it's like a scam because we get so much mail from like, your car's extended warrant. That's actually a thing. Like that little joke that person called in. That's a real thing.
Legit.
We get that all the time. Mail, phone calls.
Yep.
So when we started, we're not with Chase Bank. So we were just like, get rid of it. We don't want it. Turns out we were supposed to sign up, and we were like a month late of paying for her Jeep. And there's like fees. It's like ruining our credit rating. And we're just there like smiles on our faces, throwing out the trash, lighting it on fire. They're not going to get us.
So I'm guessing you got the loan through Chase Bank. Is that right?
I guess Honda got the loan through Chase Bank and just didn't tell us.
Okay.
Because when I got my car, they did it through Honda Finance. So I just assumed it would be Honda Finance. But I guess because it's not one of their cars, they went through Chase Bank and just didn't tell us that we had to do. And I mean, like, maybe I should have known that, but it's my second time buying a car, and I didn't do it the first time. So
well, we for our brand new Ford Escape, 2019 Ford Escape, which is now trashed with like kids. Gee, I almost swore there. That's how
we talked about should we be able to swear on this new format.
We're being so candid. It's just I don't know, almost came. But anyway, it's just chock full of cookie crumbs and all that stuff. But it's like when we did the dealership, it was actually done through Toyota Finance rather than like a Ford Finance. So it's like, if you don't know or it isn't made clear, it's like, okay, I've just bought this new Ford, but why am I
I know
borrowing money from Toyota? Like that's a scam.
I was also confused, just like, I don't have Chase Bank. Like, why can I use my bank? Why do I have to have Chase Bank now? That's a thing I have to have now.
Why am I running?
I called them and they were like, welcome to the Chase family. I'm like, I don't want to be part of it. Can I get out? Do I have to be?
Well, it's been a while. Like
I'll
tell you what. Like I've been thinking, because obviously there was a couple of weeks where we didn't do the show. Well, as you know, and everybody listening probably knows now, I didn't know what to do. Like I've just been doing like solo streams. But it's just it isn't right. Like it hasn't been right. Like and I've like genuinely missed catching up with you as well as the shadowy entity.
Yeah.
The producer.
We
Which
have a
I
big
don't know.
reveal of that today, by the way. Oh,
We do.
Oh, it's happening. I think he's hovering over it. You want
He is, I
to? You
think.
want to say hi?
Oh yeah.
Why don't you chime in here?
Oh God, here we go. Hold on, I gotta move my audacity out of the way.
Hey, how's it
Look at
going?
that beautiful shadowy figure. Who is that? Who's that guy?
We don't know.
So
Still
anyways,
don't know.
it was really great to get to talk to Eric on his own show and not
Oh,
have
yeah.
to,
Wow.
not have to produce anything. It was kind of nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
For those that are listening to the audio version, which by the way, we have an apology for the audio listeners, or I think Eric has an
Oh.
apology, but not
Oh
me.
my God, do
I
I
have
ever
nothing
have
to
an
do.
apology?
The lovely video viewers over at YouTube are all caught up with our episodes. You're welcome. But for those listening to the audio, the producer is on the screen for the first time. However, your camera is a little blurry there. You sharpen the focus a little bit, or
All I had was this camera from this VHS camera from like 1994. So I'm dealing with it. You know?
Right.
Looks like a PlayStation iToy.
it does a little bit. Do you pay your electric bill? Your light's not on, or
We're not paying you enough.
This is just what I look like. Okay.
Oh,
I would
sorry.
Really appreciate it if you didn't.
Sorry, Jesus.
Generalizations. Okay.
Okay, that's fine. We won't acknowledge it anymore.
well, it was very nice to
Thank you.
finally kind of see you.
Yeah.
Before Eric gets to his apology, I want to quickly apologize. And I did say something to my Twitch last night. I went live for the first time on my channel in 2 weeks, but it was my fault why we didn't do the podcast. And I feel bad. I felt bad every week. There's a couple of weeks there where both these boys thought we were about to go live, and I was just like, today's not the day. It's not happening today. And there were some legitimate reasons in there, especially for the first. I think the first one there was like an actual reason, and we were like,
Yeah.
"No, we'll do it next
Yeah.
week." But then I kind of I got down bad. I got down bad, as the kids say on the talk.
TikTok.
The talk. I got really depressed, and my mental health was declining. And it was a mix of a lot of things. It was a mix of my YouTube channel side of thing wasn't doing too well with a lot of the content I was making, and it was getting me down. But the other thing, and I haven't talked to these guys about it yet, and I mentioned it briefly yesterday on my Twitch stream, but the little seizure I had, that little passing
Yeah.
out thing.
Did you get that followed up on?
little
or-
event thing. Yeah.
So no, I kind of just pushed it to the back of my mind because I guess a part of me didn't want the answer, but also a part of me just didn't want to make time to go get the answer.
Fair enough.
But that feeling of like about to pass out, that tingling feeling of like it's happening. A few weeks ago, it just kind of happened. Like I was just sat here at my desk about to like edit a video, and I almost passed out. I had to like catch my head because I thought I was gonna drop onto the keyboard. And I was like, what the heck? And then I was really dizzy. I had to lie down, and I was trying not to have anxiety attacks. And then from then, for some reason, I just keep getting that feeling, and I'm psyching myself out of things. Like I started to get a toothache, so Kim put some of that numbing stuff on my tooth, and it made my whole side of my face go numb, and it felt exactly like an anxiety attack. And then that gave me an anxiety attack, and I was just like freaking out because my face was numb. I went to a gym for the first time, and I was like, hey, I haven't been here before. And he's like, sure, write your name down and sign on the pen and paper. And as I'm like writing my name, I like realized I'd forgotten my name, and I started to freak out, and my head started to get really like, I started to see stars. I started to freak out, and I had to kind of like collect myself and calm down. I don't really know what's been going on. I think I'm just psyching myself out, and I'm overthinking like, you're gonna pass out, and it's making me really anxious. And it's made me not want to be live. It's made me, and we filmed the show live, but it's made me not want to stream. It's made me not want to be in front of a camera because I've been freaking out. So I've been doing the off-air stuff, the YouTube videos, where I can just film it in my own time. And I don't want to worry anyone. I feel like a lot of people are going to get worried about this. I have no reason for you not to worry, other than I'm telling you just don't worry. Just don't worry about it.
That's fair enough. I mean, sometimes your mind is your own worst enemy, and like, you would say it's as simple as talking yourself out of it, but like when you have literally something in your head saying, okay, this is going to happen, or you have like, for example, you put a tooth numbing thing in there, it's like, oh my god, I'm about to pass out, or like you think you're about to pass out, so therefore you do.
Yeah. And
you know what I mean?
It's making me feel weird because I was so sure that I had a reaction to something that day, but now I'm feeling like, what if it was a mental thing? What if I did just like freak myself out? Because I'm doing it now all the time over nothing. I don't know. I just needed some time to not be on air for a bit and calm down, and it hasn't happened in a little bit. So I think I'm going good. I think I'm okay. But I apologize to all the podcast listeners for not filming one of these. But the good news is this is episode 21. It's the final planned reboot of our show for the second time, or third time, really. Yeah. You might have realized if you're watching live, we just went straight into it. There's no pre or post show anymore. Chat. We see you, chat. We're live, and you will be a part of the show if the producer sees something that he wants to read into the show, or there's a donation or bits or anything like that he wants to read out, and or a question that he wants to bring in. That's all part of the show now. We're live and we're doing the show. We're here.
Yeah, and it's a more relaxed thing as well. Like straight away, one thing that you and I picked up on was the fact that as soon as I'm aware of the fact that we're live, I go into this producer mode where I'm like, it's just my personality, but you just step it up a little bit, like you're trying to sell something. You know what I mean? Not that I'm trying to sell something, unless you want to go to pixelempire.com and get merch. But that's besides the point. Like, there's a switch that flicks in my brain when we go live, like during the show.
Yeah, no, it's definitely
there. I don't feel that today.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like this is just the same as it has been for like the last hour and a half.
I do it too. I mean, I get into just this like exacerbated version of Wood. And it's a lot of like over laughing and over excitement and trying to keep energy levels high. But I think if we try and do a show where we talk about things that are happening to us, our lives, things that interest us, we'll have natural high parts where we just get excited and they'll feel more earned. They'll feel more real.
And it's not like we're putting ourselves in a box either. Like, for example, we had games and skits, which we'll still do. Yeah. But it's not a major focus. Like right now, like episode 21, I'm just keen to catch up with you guys.
Yeah. I have a lot to talk about today.
So believe me, I've got verbal diarrhea today. So like, don't feel bad. I'll also apologize as well for the listeners who rely on audio. I've actually gotten a few tweets about it. People asking me if the show is canceled or where's the audio version. Like, I've got the file sitting there. It just has not been a priority at all. Like, since we've finished the last episode, like I said, I was going to do them, and they're sitting there ready to essentially just export once I check them over. But my head's been like so everywhere else. Like we've had, I think, 2 lockdowns since you and I have
How's that
chatted.
going over there?
Honestly, I'm so sick of it. Like, because we've been in lockdown essentially, with a few gaps here and there where there's none. For like the last year and a bit. So as well as you, for some reason, the last lockdown, my mental state had just, you know what I mean?
I don't blame you.
It's just like, my God, not this again. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and now, like, obviously we're in a new house. We love the house. It's great. But now I'm starting to really feel bad for like my son. Like all he can do is, run around, play with toys, watch TV shows, read books. It's like, I want him to like, he's experiencing the world through a flipping TV.
That's rough. That is rough.
And it makes me sick because it's like we're watching videos of like, his favorite character Blippi going to the aquarium, and it's like, oh my God, look at the aquarium. It's like, gee, I wish I could take you there. Yeah. I wish I could go to, you know what I mean?
As a first-time dad too, wanting to take your kid to those places, it's not just your kid missing out on experiences, it's you. And you're not going to get those years back, Oh. There's a certain, I imagine, I don't have a kid, but I imagine there's a certain level of excitement and mystery of taking a kid and not really knowing if he's understanding what's going on, but knowing that it's definitely the first time he's experiencing it, even if he's just in fleeting moments. There's a little different as taking a 6-year-old who's going to go there and be like, when can we go home and play Fortnite?
It's the other thing, too, is like a kid who has been born into this world of ruin. Like I've been playing Final Fantasy VI a lot. You know what I mean? So like born into this new age It's like, so he doesn't, like, he's only seen his people, which is, myself and then Amber's family. But it's like we caught up with my really great friend Tim yesterday, and his wife and his little daughter. She's just over a year old, and my son's holding me and hugging onto me. He's like, because he doesn't know people, and he sees like other guys, and he gets really intimidated, and he's like, dad, like he's putting his head into my shoulder. So it's like the social aspect that a kid would otherwise have is just not there. You know what I mean? So like now it's finally starting to it's having its toll on me. So, you know what I mean? Like, I understand not doing the show for a little bit, but like doing the show and like all the streaming and stuff has really been my escape for like the last couple months. So I'm thankful that I've had that to lean on. But my God, like it just sucks, honestly. But we're still going, keeping going. You know what I mean? Staying positive. It's the best you can do.
Yeah. Well, we're back, and I'm excited. How about you,
Thank
producer?
God.
How's your last 30 days been? Anything fun you want to report?
I mean, no. it's been a while, just stuff is happening, and
any lockdowns in your side of the world?
Fortunately not really anything too crazy. COVID's one of those things that's like at an all-time, not an all-time high, but it's highs it's been for about a year, in the area. And so it's a little bit scary, It's just one of those things where wherever you go, you pretty much want to wear a mask, even though there might not be a mandate. You know? But it's one of those things where you got to take your own personal safety and security first.
Kim and I still wear masks everywhere we go, even though we're in Texas and it's not mandated literally anywhere. We still wear our masks everywhere. There was a little period there after we both got our first shot that we tried going into a couple of places without a mask.
It feels weird, right?
It's not right, yeah. And I was like, you know what? And then we started hearing about you could still get it anyway, and then the variants. We were like, you know what? Let's just keep wearing masks. Why not?
Yeah.
Like, we're used to it at this point. We may as well.
I just wish that, like, the weird thing is when you go places, the mask is for the protection of other people, not yourself. I wish that it was for your own protection, because I feel like more people would do it then.
And I wear it for me. I don't, even if there's the odd chance that it will help, I'm wearing it for me as much as I am everyone else.
Yeah.
It's the new world we live in. And I'll also add, sorry, before we move on, it's like anytime my son has seen people, they're wearing masks.
Yeah, that's got to be weird.
So like, there's also that other social aspect where you read people's mouths, you understand how people talk and all that stuff. That's just like a missing cog.
Yeah.
In the chain as well. So it's like all these new things you have to adapt to now. It's like it's so weird. But anyway, please move on.
You want to get more fun? Want to get more lighthearted?
Please.
Okay, we have a bunch of stuff I want to talk about. Should we move into catching up with what we've been doing?
Yeah, I think so.
Positive wise?
Yeah, let's be a little bit more lighthearted.
Okay. I am finally ready to talk about something that 50% of people are going to zone out of. My diet and healthcare plan.
I've been looking forward to this.
I'm willing to accept any questions from the chat as well as you. I'm going to keep it short. But the thing is, I don't like making a big deal about what I'm doing in the fitness world because I know me and it usually only lasts a week. And then I get all hyped up. I start talking about what I'm doing. And then a week later, people are like, are you still doing it? And I'm like, no, I stopped. But I have actually been committed to getting into shape for the last 12 weeks. And at this point, it's just become like a get in shape by too many games thing, which is a month away now. And I'm like very passionate about finishing these last 4 weeks. I mean, I don't even see this ending anytime soon. I'm definitely in the routine. So I've been working out for the last 12 weeks every day except Saturday. As soon as I wake up, I'm in my gym or going for an hour walk. I either go for an hour walk and then hit my gym or hit my gym and then go for an hour walk. Do that every day. I do like your standard, like I have like a full thing out there, right? I can do chest, back, all of that. I go to an actual gym now for legs to get my legs in. But yeah, I'm working out 2 to 3 hours a day, every day.
LA Fitness? Are you going to LA Fitness for your gym still, or?
God, no. By the way, I blocked them from my bank, and I printed. So you know how I was getting so frustrated that I couldn't cancel. I finally caved, and I was like, okay, I'm going to download that cancellation letter, sign it, scan it, send it in. Turns out that you need to mail it in. I went on a whole rant on Twitter. The only way to cancel LA Fitness, the only way, because I tried going into the store, and they said you have to do it this way. You have to log in to the LA, you have to make an account, log in at lafitness.com, print out a cancellation form, mail it in to California, and when they get the form and process the form, then they will cancel it. You can also fax it in if you have a fax machine, but there's no way of uploading it or canceling it. But on the website, you can freeze your account temporarily. You can add things to your account, but you can't cancel your account. And by the way, the freezing of the account, it costs $10 a month to have your account frozen. My membership is $15 a month. So what's the point in freezing a membership? This is the biggest scam in America.
So let me get this straight. You have to hope you have a printer.
Yes.
Print out the form. Fill out the form.
Imagine if you didn't have a printer.
Go to a post office.
Yes.
Get stamps.
And an envelope.
Go to the store. Get an envelope.
Yes.
And then you have to walk it up to Mount Doom and then finally throw it in to end the whole thing.
They make this stamps.com. They make could beat 'em ups. They make this as hard as possible to essentially just make you give up. And I've given up so many times. I've given up for years. I've paid for this thing for 2 years. I finally said no more giving up. I printed out the letter. I gave it to Kim. I said, please mail this. And then I blocked LA Fitness from my bank. You know what's funny, though? When I went to my bank to block it, I typed in fitness to find the thing to block it. 2 gyms came up.
Oh, no way.
Fitness Now. There was a Fitness Now near my first house when Kim and I moved out here in America 5 years ago that I signed up at Fitness Now. That gym went out of business after a year of me going there. So I stopped going. They were like, just so you know, we're going out of business. We're closing up shop. This isn't going to be here anymore. And I was like, okay. So I moved to LA Fitness. That's why I was at LA Fitness.
You're still paying them, are you?
I was still paying $15 a month for Fitness Now.
Oh, my God.
And for 5 years, I was paying.
It's not Fitness Now. You're paying $15 a month for Fitness Then. It's like, how is that, honestly, how is that even legal? I don't know.
It's because it's a chain. So I was technically, even though I could only go to that location, I wasn't able to go to any location. I was paying the chain. So even though my gym went out of business, they didn't tell me I would still have to cancel. I guess that was assumed knowledge. Funny thing, when I was on the phone with my bank blocking LA, I told them, I was like, this gym's been charging me for 5 years and I haven't gone. And like that, they closed down. They reversed all of it.
No way. That's so good.
I don't know if that's even legal. I was telling them, I'm like, well, I did technically sign up to it. They just did. I didn't know. And they were like, we'll take care of it. So,
God.
5 years of $15 a month. It's like another go-kart, baby. Like, who wants one?
That's so great. I'm glad that they did that. Yeah, because that's a bit scammy.
Oh, it was that sucked. I was like, oh my God, you're kidding me. Plus, on top of all of that, I'm actually paying to go to an actual gym that I've been using. So that's 3 gyms I've been paying for the last year, and then 2 before that for 2 years, and then 2 before that. Anyway, I got off topic.
Gosh.
I've been working out, and I'll just cut to the chase. You know, I've been calorie deficient, eating a certain amount of calories. My strength has gone up so much. I started at deadlifting under 200 pounds. I'm now lifting 300 pounds, and tomorrow I'm actually going to attempt like a 310 deadlift.
Wow.
My max on chest, and these are, I know I'm not like the biggest guy, but this is just, it's been 2 months. Give me time. But my chest max is up to 250 pounds, which I'm pretty happy with that. I actually think I've kind of plateaued on my strength building because of my diet being a calorie deficient, but I'm still feeling really good about all of it. And my ultimate goal was to lose 5% body fat. And at the start of this, I was at 21%, and right now I'm at 17%. So
you're getting close.
Yeah, one or 2 more percent, I get down to that 15% I'm looking for. If I can do that by too many games, and I think I will, because I bought water weight loss pills on Amazon yesterday.
Okay.
So here's the question.
Yeah.
Are you going to take us to the gun show here, Wood?
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Oh, okay.
They do. I gotta be honest. They're looking pretty nice, but I'm not.
A couple of tennis balls here.
When I get to the
yeah.
point where it looks like I'm buff when I'm not flexing, and my arms actually look fit when I'm not flexing, that's when I'll show up.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
Cool. But I bought these water weight loss pills, and I'll touch back in next month with how it went. But here's the thing. I know some people are gonna be like, oh, yeah, you just go, but a lot of athletes actually take
How does
these.
that go?
Well, the thing is, I don't want it to seem like I'm trying to do some like get
yeah.
thin quick plan. Like as I said, I've been at this like 2 or 3 hours a day. I'm seeing progress and I'm loving it. But the thing is, your body carries so much water weight. I mean, as it is, I'm drinking like 1 or more of these a day, right? So if I can just like get some of that water to flow through me and like pee it out a little bit, I'm going to end up looking a lot thinner, and I might actually be able to get my abs to come through. And I just want to see what that looks like. And it's actually apparently good for you too. Apparently it helps your joints. It'll make you feel less stiff. It gets rid of like the bloated feeling of like your stomach. And I just kind of want to experience it, and then maybe take a few photos and send them in group chats. That's it.
Yeah,
Honestly,
isn't
that's
that what we all want? Really, at the end of the day.
But
Just,
that might actually help me get down to the 15%, because I'm probably carrying 1% or 2% just in water weight.
Yeah, probably. I mean, if you expel said water from your system. I mean, that's the thing is like people say if you want to lose weight, what do? You just drink a lot of water.
Yeah,
because your body is going to continually flush it out. So like those big jugs there, people will drink those. Like if you're trying to lose weight. So yeah, that's a good way to do it. I was doing that last year, and then I cut out a little bit of dairy. So now I literally only drink black coffee now, like iced black coffee.
Wow.
And I tried to do a little bit of a healthier diet, which, let's just say that I've succumbed to the quarantine 15.
The cinnamon scrolls back in the fridge.
It's more like the lockdown 30-pound, but whatever. So we're trying to get back on that train. I would like you getting fit kind of inspires me, because I was really fit back in high school, because I was playing gigs regularly as a drummer, so I was very fit.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've got a little bit of a tummy area. You know what I mean? It's not bad.
You got dad bod, and I mean you looks good. I mean. It looks good on you.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean. It fits me. But I'd like to be as fit as you, at least for one stage, just to see how it goes.
Yeah.
Like I'd like to be super fit. Like I'm still very slim. I think I'm about 190 pounds or something last time I looked. But just be really trim and just cut down and actually have abs for once in my life.
That's my goal. I've never had abs. I want to be the fittest I've ever been, and I want to try and get abs. And I mean, I'm on the way. I just need to keep going and not stop. And I don't see a reason why I should stop. I think I'm like 6 months away from that, honestly. And I think
keep at it. It's just consistency. That's all it is.
Yeah. How long you been at it, by the way? You said you held off until you had been at it for a while, but you didn't say when you started.
It's been 12 weeks.
12 weeks.
Yes.
Wow.
I have a before and after picture, which I may have already showed you guys in a group chat.
Congratulations,
yes.
man.
Yeah.
Yes, I did see that.
What thoughts?
Yeah.
That was great. You look good. The results are visible.
Yeah. Thank you.
For sure.
Appreciate you.
So
it's weird because at my house I can't get good lighting anywhere, but every time I go to the gym and see me in gym lighting, I'm like, man, I've gotten fit. I've gotten actual fit.
It's pretty hilarious to hear you say that as like a YouTuber with all these lights, and you're like, I got good lighting in here.
It's weird. It's weird.
I know that feel though.
It hits
I know
weird.
That feel.
My bathroom lighting is freaking awful. Like I still look tubby in my bathroom. It's so defeating because I work out in my garage. I don't look too bad out there because I got daylight coming in. But then I go into my bathroom and it's just like pudge out, and I'm like, wow, all right, screw me. I'll go eat a cake.
Just totally ruined it. No, I hear you. And like the fact that where we're living now is, if I took this camera and I pointed it at the window, you can see McDonald's. That's not good. You know what I mean? It's good. It's
do you
good.
smell McDonald's? Like you wake up to Egg McMuffins?
Honestly, you probably should at this point. We used to live down the street from Hungry Jack's, and you would open the door and you would smell
Hungry
Whoppers.
Jack's smells so much. For those listening in America, Hungry Jack's is Burger King. Hungry Jack's smells 10 million times stronger than McDonald's, and I can tell you why. The flame broiled burgers.
Mm-hmm.
Because the way that Burger King and Hungry Jack's cook their meat, I used to work there. I did this. You put them on a conveyor belt and they go through this massive broiler which flames them, and then there's a massive vent that goes up into the ceiling and it shoots all the smoke and smell out. McDonald's is like a steamer. It doesn't have that vent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
God.
you smell Burger King when you go past.
You do.
So
It's
so
got a
good. It is.
distinctive flavor.
Yeah, believe me, I love the flame broiled taste.
The meat
haven't had that in a while.
is better. The meat is cooked better at Burger King. But
Yes, I agree with
I
that.
love the Angus beef patties at McDonald's.
Yeah, and now this is the thing too: is the McDonald's Australia is back with the McMonopoly.
Oh, it's that old scam.
Believe me. So it's like, okay, well, my brain is telling me, well, I might as well go large. Or
Did you
well,
watch?
I had 20 nuggets to that.
Did you watch? Well, I mean, when they're like $5 for 50 nuggets, I mean, how can you not?
It's illegal not to.
How much
much.
actually is it, chat, to get like 20 or 50? It's like the most amount of nuggets you can get. It's like 50 nuggets for like $1. Like, it's insane.
I think it's 20 or something. $20 something here for close to 50 now.
I mean,
It's even more ridiculous here.
When the chicken nugget is comprised of the stuff that they squeegee off the floor of the slaughterhouse, I mean, are they really still?
They tried to say that wasn't true.
And they did a whole video with one of the guys from MythBusters. They had him walking through the factories and it's like, okay, this is 100%, pure whatever chicken breast or something.
Yeah.
But it's just like they're just throwing like chicken colons through a wood chipper and just.
Okay, so
funny thing, there's this video you can find of like a scientist who's like showing these children like all the stuff that goes in it. They're like, here's some bone meal from the chicken, isn't that gross? And the kids are like, ugh. Here's some chicken skin that they throw in. Ugh. Here's some chicken scraps. And then he like shows them how they make a chicken McNugget, and then he makes them, and then he's like, all right, now who wants to try one? And all the kids are like raise their hands.
it's a chicken nugget. I love a chicken nugget. So chicken nuggies, 20 piece is $5 here. A 40 piece is $9.
Are you serious?
A 40 piece is $9.
Oh, no way.
The value, that was
for
like
less than
20
10.
cents a nugget.
That's unbelievable. Oh my gosh.
It's insane.
Okay, let me look
And
at
don't
Uber
forget,
Eats.
inflation is a real deal. Like our dollar is worth way less than it was just even like 10 years ago.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
I saw someone posted to Reddit Taco Bell prices from like the 70s or something, and everything was a quarter. They had like a burger, it was like a quarter. The taco was a quarter. The burrito was a quarter. Like everything was a quarter.
Yeah.
25 cents.
Unbelievable.
And then the drinks are like even less, like 10 cents. You go to Taco Bell at 50 cents, you walk out with the whole menu. That is insane.
Taco Bell is still pretty cheap. I mean, okay, so if I'm looking at Uber Eats menu for McDonald's, okay, so a 20-piece nugget is $14.60, but there's also there's a little bit of a markup on Uber Eats.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I hate
let's just
Uber
say
Eats.
maybe about $12 for a 20-piece.
Mhm.
So if you wanted to get like 50 nuggets, probably about $28 or so. So I mean, like your value for dollar money. I don't know.
Can we talk about Uber Eats for 1 second?
Please.
Because I found that out recently that all the prices on Uber Eats are like when you're scrolling down and picking stuff, when it says like, oh, this burger is $10. In the actual restaurant, it's probably only $7. They actually add $3 to it. And you would think if you've never used the app, oh, well, yeah, they got to make their money. No, because when you check out, whatever your total is, they add 25% for their service fees. And then obviously whatever you want to tip your driver on top of that. They're already adding service fees on top. So why are they hiding these fees and hiking up the price of everything by $2 or $3 on top of that? That is insane.
I'll tell you why. It's because you. That's why.
It's because they can. It's literally because they can.
I think there's a certain point where the restaurant, like, they take a cut or something like that because they're using the Uber Eats feature or whatever, so therefore they have to put extra percentage on top. Like I get that,
but they already put the percent on at the end. They should just add
know.
that to. You know what's even more ridiculous is now you can order pickup or delivery on Uber Eats. So if you don't want a driver, you can go on.
Yeah.
So why
You
would
go get
I
it.
use Uber Eats to book Wingstop when I can go through their website directly? Why would I use Uber Eats, book for like $3 more per item, then do a service fee, and then go? Don't worry, I'll grab it. I'll go do it.
Honestly, as the producer said, it's because you. That's why. Honestly, like I could go and as you said, just go through the drive-through or something like that by myself. But they're exploiting customers to get extra percentage.
No, you're just paying to go do the work at that point. Just go to the restaurant and order it or call
no
up.
such thing as a business trying to help you out.
I can guarantee you, if the place on Uber Eats allows pickup, it allows you to go and do pickup, you can call that restaurant directly and order food and go pick it up. Do not do pickup on Uber Eats because you're paying them for no reason.
Yep.
It does my head in. That's
at a certain point.
Next to the gym scam of 2021, the Uber Eats scam is like right next to it.
At a certain point, you can just take an Uber to the restaurant and order your food there and take the Uber back and it'd be about the same price.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
It actually would be. Yeah, if you can't if you can't actually go pick it up, it's probably cheaper to Uber to your restaurant and go buy it yourself and come back.
Just hang here for 15 minutes while we wait for the food, all right?
Stop running the clock, though, if you wouldn't mind.
Terrible.
Oh, my Lord. Well, that all started with my fitness journey, which I like. Long story short, yeah, I've lost a lot of weight, and I'm still trying to. It's more the body fat. I'm not so much looking to lose pounds. It's just the body fat. But I don't know. What about you guys? Have you got any physical journeys or emotional journeys in the last 30 days? Anything you guys are dealing with?
I have been on an emotional, mental journey. I'll tell you what. So for the last 30 days or 30 or so days, I've had a Kickstarter running, which it's finished now.
I gave to it live.
You did give to it live.
Yeah. Did you watch that back?
I did actually watch it back. Yeah. Nice. I was like, I felt so bad for you that you couldn't. Well, the Kickstarter website was a bit of
oh my god, the Kickstarter sucks. Can I talk about the third biggest scam?
Let's hear it.
No, it's not really a scam, and I don't want to derail you, but I tried using Kickstarter for the first time to make a video and try and find indie games on Kickstarter. There's no way of searching anything on that website. You can't find anything. The search algorithm is ridiculously dumb. All you'll ever find, no matter, you could search anything you want, music, chicken feet, nuggets, whatever. The only thing you will find is board games. They push board games on Kickstarter. Insane.
Tabletops are a priority over there. And I've finally, well, anyway. I don't understand it. So I've had a Kickstarter out.
Congratulations.
It's finished now. It ended up 170% completed. And I'll also apologize. The bubble wrap over on that chair, I didn't account for that being in frame. So it's just going to stay there now.
Well, it's fine.
Why you?
It's fine. Nobody cares.
Literally no one cares. I didn't even notice there was bubble wrap there, and I've been staring at you for 2 hours.
Nobody cares. So anyway, the Kickstarter is done. It's 170% completed. So what it is in my own personal time, like you do your beat 'em ups thing on YouTube, the producer, I don't know, does whatever he does. So I do video game covers. I used to do reviews and stuff. That's how you and I met. But then I gravitated to doing video game music covers. And I've been putting out albums pretty consistently for the last couple of years. And there's a game that I love, which is called Earthbound. It's got this little dude. So if anybody's played Super Smash Brothers, you see the guy Ness. Nobody knows who the heck Ness is because he's from such an obscure game. So I figured I would do an album from that, a musical tribute to that, because I love that game. It's my favorite game of all time. And it's just a passion project that I wanted to do. And I wanted to crowdfund to see if I could get it on vinyl, because printing vinyl and CDs are really expensive. So I had a $5,000 goal. I had no idea whether or not it was going to be achievable or not. And literally we hit that goal within 11 days. And I was worried, not doing the show during that period of time, because I thought I would have to lean into a wider audience in order to.
Can I take a second? Actually, sorry. Just congratulations on that. Yeah. Please stand up.
Thank you.
Please stand up. Congratulations. Round of applause. 11 days. I'm so proud of you. Because I saw that and I knew I was going to give to it. But whenever you see a friend or anyone start a Kickstarter, you just worry a little bit that they're not going to hit that goal. But you blitzed it.
Yeah.
Dude, I had no idea. And I actually hit the 100% goal while I was streaming. And
can I be honest? Seeing you have such success with obviously this insane fan base that we have, even just for the podcast, helping you out, and then your fans as well, it instantly made me go, I should do a Kickstarter.
You should. And you know what? Because I said to myself, I bet you if Wood did a Kickstarter, it would get funded ASAP, just because whatever you wanted to do, whether it would be like a beat 'em ups movie or something. I don't.
I have
Whatever.
the thing, and I'm gonna hit you with it once you're done talking because this is your time to
Okay.
shine. Just remind me to
Gotcha.
circle back around.
I will. So yeah, I hit the 100% mark while I was streaming because I was doing an album launch. So I had my guitar here and I was playing the backing track. So it was like I've been doing Twitch concerts and stuff, which is really fun.
Yeah, it's cool. I've been watching.
Because I can't do well. You literally streamed one.
Yeah.
Because everybody was like, "Oh, Wood's streaming it right now." I was like, "Oh my god, there's people watching." So anyway, so I hit the
Yeah, like 10
100%
more
on
people.
stream, and I literally broke down in tears. I had like an emotional breakdown.
I
And
didn't see that.
I'm not a crier at all, but like I was so emotionally overwhelmed. Like it's like finally, like I've been doing YouTube for almost 10 years now, and I feel like I've never really had a whole lot of success. And I look, I've dropped out of it a lot. Like there's the motivation
Naturally.
factor versus how many views you're getting. But now I'm doing it for fun. So essentially, this is my last ditch attempt doing my thing for fun.
Yeah.
And it's the most success I've ever had. And it's just like, finally, I get a moment where people are literally buying into it. And I was just so overwhelmed with tears. Like I cried on stream for like 10 minutes. It was a hell of an emotional thing. So, and that continued to grow still. And like, I had only advertised it on Twitch. So like I'd be doing my streams and I'd flick to the Kickstarter overlay thing. Oh, you can get this vinyl, you can get this t-shirt, the CD, whatever. And literally people were buying into it. It's just crazy. So I ended up with 115 people all around the world. So I have like vinyl t-shirts
so
and CDs going to the UK, US, Canada, Australia, Austria, Denmark, Germany, just to name a few. So it's like literally I'm sending stuff all around
Mr.
the world.
Worldwide. Look at you.
Mr. World.
You gotta start these Earthbound records. Mr. Worldwide, Erek lad. Mother.
So it's been good. So I'm very, very proud of that. I'm
proud of you.
very happy with that. But literally to me, I like to think of it as just the start of something
Yeah.
new, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I'm working harder than ever to make sure that everything I put out is of a certain standard, because now I did indirectly thank you on this stream where you were literally streaming me, but
Yeah.
since I've been put in front of your audience, I've everything has just gone up by a substantial amount. So I'm very appreciative of you giving me that.
I didn't give
that
you
audience there.
nothing, my guy.
I know you didn't give me anything, but I appreciate you making me visible.
Yeah.
Rather.
The thing is with the internet is shout outs and collaborations ultimately amount to nothing anymore. People aren't going to watch you unless you're watchable, unless you have something to give them that's unique or something that resonates with them. So I could have you in a billion videos, but if you weren't interesting or didn't have something to provide, people aren't going to watch you independently.
Oh yeah, I know.
It's
That's
a
exactly
mix
right.
of me having an amazing, passionate community of people who are even watching this podcast right now, and we see you in the chat. Thank you so much for being here. And a mix of you actually having something unique and talented to bring to them that I can't give them, that a lot of people can't give them, and it's something unique to you. And
well, that's the thing, is like I could literally sit in obscurity as the other guy on the show, unless
it would never
like
happen.
I could just be some friend that you worked at Bunnings with. You know what I mean? And that's all I would
we
ever
should bring a
amount to.
friend from Bunnings onto the show. We should start
You
having
definitely
guests from our lives
should do
onto
that.
the show. That would be really interesting, actually.
Yeah. Now, before we move on to that or anything like that,
Yeah.
Erek, we are getting some questions in the chat about where people can buy that vinyl or merchandise.
Okay.
And I know that your vinyl is not out yet, right?
Yes, it will be available. So the Kickstarter just finished last week. So it was to help fund a print run of 150 vinyl at a minimum. So that's done in an effort to make it affordable and accessible. So there's 80 vinyl that are accounted for already, which is, to me, that's a lot. I mean, think of me going to the post office with all of this stuff. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
So there will be literally more vinyl available at a later date. I can probably start taking pre-orders soon. But I want to obviously prioritize the Kickstarter people to get theirs first. I mean, like I had stretch goals and everything. I hit stretch goals. We've added an extra song, which I just finished this morning. Extra little bits and bobs like guitar picks, postcards, stickers, like just to make the physical backers have a bit more of a an exciting unboxing thing. So it's just like I had absolutely no idea. Like I thought I'd be pissing in the wind, honestly, like with my expectations for the Kickstarter, but like it literally smashed it. It was crazy. So it's been a hell of an experience, honestly. So that's like where I've been the last 30 days, just pushing that every single second, like Instagram stories, Twitter posts, literally every Twitch stream I've been doing. It's been nuts.
Yeah, I knew that the last 2 episodes of the audio haven't been uploaded, obviously, and like I didn't say anything because I knew that
Oh,
you
no.
were in the middle of something and that it was going really well, and that was way more important than getting those audio versions up. Not that those audio
Sure.
versions aren't important, but we were
No,
already
yeah.
on a hiatus from the podcast, and I wasn't going to be like, hey,
Yeah.
can you stop this really successful thing you have going right now and get those 2 podcasts up for the 3 people that want to hear
No,
the audio
it's-
version?
And look, I mean, in that time as well, like obviously I've been busy parenting and stuff, and now I'm having to look for other things to do because like you know, I used to have my studio, I used to have a regular client base. I've had my only client that's left pull out as well, so now I'm thinking I need to find time to help fill in that gap financially. So it's kind of like, okay, well, why not pursue this a little bit more? Why not do like a, I don't know, like a Patreon or something like that, or just try and find a way to make my hobby work for me rather than me working for the man, essentially.
Yeah, I agree.
You
I
know?
mean, I feel like that's everybody's biggest dream, right? Where, oh gosh,
While you were talking, you reminded
Oh
me
my
that you
God.
shared these old photos into
did.
the group chat.
Yeah.
Why do I
That's-
look like
That's you,
Look,
me, and Chris.
that's
there.
you, me, and Chris? When was this taken, do you think? How many years
That-
ago?
That's 7 years ago.
Seven-
Over 7 years ago now. That's me wearing a Game Sack t-shirt, by the way.
For everyone that, you know, pops in the podcast for the first time and they're like, who is this guy? We've been friends for over 7 years now. I've almost known you for a third of my life.
Same.
by
I
the
know.
way,
It's
can I
crazy.
say that tricep looks like freaking
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Ooh, look at
Dang,
that.
dude.
Look at that guitar playing tricep.
Look at that. I'm flexing. I'm not even flexing.
But now look at this guy.
Oh,
Look at that guy. Look at that
my God.
stud. So
That is-
handsome.
look at you have to show your photo as well. Like, I mean, look at you.
Do I?
Sorry, look at me. I'm on a koala there. I
Yeah.
mean, look at the beard too. Like, people have been at. There's demand for the beard to come back. Maybe I'll do it no shave.
Mine wasn't very interesting from that.
I just.
yeah,
I guess.
think-
hold on, I'll bring it up.
Yeah,
dude,
please.
that looked so good on you. Wore it really well.
I did.
There's a weird
Did.
filter on your screen too, sharpening this. But
Oh, well,
There's
that's
me.
fine.
why do I look like I'm having an existential crisis on this thing?
Can I say during that
Are
time
you?
when I visited you first gave me like introduced me to crumpets.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan, but I
What?
appreciate you.
Well, I love crumpets. Kim and I went to a British Emporium recently, and I bought a pack, and we've been eating them like crazy with some lemon curd. So good, so
There you
good,
go.
dude. If you don't know what a crumpet is, you need to get educated, my guy. It's so good. How would you even explain
to
them?
quote a childhood friend of mine, or a childhood idol of mine? To understand cricket, you got to know what a crumpet is to understand cricket.
I don't know if that's true because I don't
It's
understand
like
what
the
that means.
English. Okay, it's like the English
Raphael.
muffin version of a pancake.
Not really, because we still have
Hmm.
pancakes.
But yeah. Okay,
It's
I don't know,
not
it's
no,
got its
it's
own
not
taste.
pancakey at all, in my opinion.
No, it's not.
It's kind of a mix of like a pancakey type breakfast
Mm-hmm.
dessert and like toast. It's kind of
Yes. Like yeah.
because it's kind of like that, but you kind of spread stuff on it. Like you can
Kinda
spread
like
your
French
even
toast or
no, it's
not even.
it's like aerated. It's really light and fluffy. You can kind of pull it apart. It's kind of spongy in a way, but like really moist. You can like put like butter on it or honey or even like peanut
scone?
butter. No, it's
not quite a scone. No,
it's so hard
it's its
to
own thing.
it's its own thing, and there's nothing else really like it. If you live anywhere near like a central market or a fancy food store or a British Emporium, try buying a crumpet. Maybe they're on Amazon even. I don't know.
They probably would be. Yeah.
I introduced our podcast listeners to chicken salt, and I've actually had someone tweet me recently they're trying it and they love it. The newest thing I want to introduce you to that's Australian and British is crumpets. Try a crumpet. You have a couple weeks, and then tweet it at me, and I will talk about it in 2 weeks. Everyone that fell in love with crumpets.
okay,
Honestly,
first blush,
like-
it looks
Yeah, go ahead.
kind of like a waffle without the waffle iron, or maybe like a English muffin sort of deal.
It's like it's like thick, like a waffle or a thick pancake would be, but it's like in terms of a scale, it's kind of more similar to an English muffin, but it's not quite an English muffin.
It's just not like these comparisons are upsetting me because like I know that we're just trying to get somewhere with it, and I get
Yeah.
that, but it's not like any of those things.
Is it sweet?
Yes. Well,
Yeah. So
yes.
by itself
yeah.
it's sweet,
Well,
or the
no,
stuff you
it's
put on
very,
is sweet?
it's mildly sweet, kind of just like neutral. But
It's not savory.
almost
Okay.
buttery. and then
okay.
you can add more butter to it, and then the butter you toast them typically, and then like the butter will like melt into all those little holes. It'll get all in there. The honey will drizzle a little in between. And
So you
then,
know how like
and then the base will get like all moist from like the honey, and it becomes like this like chewy. Oh, it's so good.
Are they part of your current weight loss journey?
oh,
I
no.
I could well actually for the next 30 days before too many games I'm cutting out carbs, so no.
Okay.
But typically as long as I don't go over my calories, yeah, they're not super high in calories depending on what you put on them.
Okay. All
There you
right.
go. I mean, they're a unique experience, similar to like chicken salt. That wasn't something. And by the way, it's sweet chili sauce. That's not something that we have anywhere else in the world.
Yeah.
So
Well,
like,
I was gonna say that can be the next thing we recommend, but let's recommend
yeah.
it now. How good is sweet chili sauce?
yo, when I first met Amber and we went to a pub, we got wedges with sweet chili and sour
and
cream.
sour
I was
cream.
like-
Oh my god.
I was like, what's this? But
Oh my
literally,
god,
dude.
Now you're reminding me of how long it's been since I had that, and I need to introduce Kim to it. Potato
there's
wedges
nothing-
with sour cream and sweet chili sauce. There's nothing better for a wedge.
Honestly, you got to dip. You got to like, figure the portion of the dip.
Yeah,
Your proportion, whatever. So your sweet
it's
chili
like
and your
it's like
sour
half potato, half dip.
cream. Right? I know. It's
I
so
know.
good. I haven't had that in ages.
Dude,
That's
if you're in America and you're making wedges and you're dipping them in a cheese sauce, just spit in your own face because you've messed up your whole life. Trust me. Even just dip it in a little bit of sour cream and see how you feel. But once you get that sour cream on there and you dip it into a little bit of sweet chili sauce, your whole life opens up into a whole new exciting world.
like some people do get into that because like you have like your baked potato with sour cream. That's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
like
yeah.
halfway there.
You're halfway
But see-
there. You're halfway to
see-
success, but you're still a failure.
Yeah, oh, for sure. But see, I don't like the sour cream taste as predominantly as I do the sweet chili. Like that's a learned thing, and I love it as well as chicken salt. So like culinarily, my horizons have been expanded since coming down under my.
Aussie, no, not Aussie chick. They Aussie chick is agreeing with us massively in caps. But McGrath
course.
said, "What is a wedge?" Oh, I'm assuming
It's a
people-
potato wedge.
It's a potato wedge, right?
Like a chip.
It's you get a potato, you cut it into like 4 wedges, and then you just deep fry or bake that, and then you get a big
thicker than
wedge.
steak fries.
Think like a big fry, a big wedge of a fry, really crispy on the outside and nice and soft in the inside.
I'm pretty sure that KFC has potato wedges like in the US.
Probably.
Sure, yeah.
Probably.
Like they're not unheard of here. It's just not super common, but yeah, it's like a steak fry but bigger. It's just a quarter of a potato.
Australia in general is really big on big, thick fries. Like our fries aren't little skinny French fries. Like,
Shoestring.
little shoestring. Blah. Our fries are like steak fries. Like they're big, hot chips that you
Yeah.
get down at the fish and chip store near the beach. And
Yeah.
you-
Yeah,
you
those
get
are,
it in
those are
the
chips.
you-
Yeah.
they roll it up in the newspaper with a ton of chicken salt on it, and the bag gets a little
It's-
greasy.
I know, right?
And then the you get the fried fish, but
How do
you
you
can
feel
also,
about,
of course, get the big wedges.
How do you feel about crinkle fries in the land down under?
Yeah, we have them, but I mean,
They're really not a thing.
Yeah, well, you
Oh,
have to
really?
go to like the frozen section and get them out of like
Oh.
there, but
They're just
not.
oven chippies.
There's something about crinkle
okay.
fries that taste wrong. I don't know
I've never
why.
liked them.
I don't know why crinkling them makes them taste different, but maybe it's because you can only get them in the freezer section, so they kind of just taste frozen to me. But they're not. They're not great.
It increases the surface area, so they're a bit crunchier as a result of that, which is why they do it. But if
I
it's
don't-
not your
I
thing,
don't-
it's not your thing.
I like hot. I like
Well,
my chippies hot
I
and
think-
straight.
Crinkle fries are really good if you're dipping them like in cheese sauce or something, and you have like your waffle fries are good for. I don't know.
Now
There's just
curly.
different-
Now
Oh,
curly
waffle
fries.
fries.
Now you have me very
Yeah.
interested. An Arby curly fries with that Arby sauce.
Oh yeah.
Now we're on a whole different wavelength.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, get sweet chili, get crumpets. Do not combine them, but try them separately in their own things, and they are delicious.
Oh my
Have
god.
you had sweet potato fries?
Yes. I don't like
Yeah.
them as much, but they're good to break it up.
Yeah,
I actually
they're a good
ate
switch
them
it up.
because I thought they would be healthier than normal fries, but they're really like not really. I mean, it's like the same.
It's marginal.
There's some like heart benefits as to eating sweet potato fries over regular fries. Like it's a little easier on your heart, but the calories to calories and the carbs to carbs is pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Is somebody's Discord going off? Is it me or is it somebody else?
I don't hear nothing.
Okay, it might just be me then. Sorry.
Can I run something by you guys that might be a little?
Yeah.
It might be a little dark, honestly, for the show. I don't know.
Okay.
It might be a touchy subject, and it's not something I'm trying to like make fun of. It's something I have an honest question about.
Sure.
Okay.
I listen to a lot of podcasts now. Since we got into podcasting, I've been listening to a lot, and I was listening to a very popular podcast. It's doesn't matter, but it's Fake Doctors, Real Friends. It's the Scrubs Rewatch podcast. Very, very popular. Lots of listeners. It cut to the first ad break of the show, and the ad just took me by surprise. The ad was what's it called? Like a public service announcement.
PSA.
PSA to watch out for trains.
Oh.
It was like a whole thing about, make sure when you're walking across the train station, like you look left, you look right. If you're driving, like make sure that you don't. It was a whole thing, a whole 1 minute thing about watch out for trains, and I just couldn't help but think while listening to it, do I need to be told this?
Yeah, I don't know.
No.
Is
I
that
don't think you do.
is being, and this is where it might get a little dark, but is getting accidentally hit by a train like,
How much of an accident is it?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
No. The implication here is that people are obviously getting hit accidentally by trains a lot.
Sure, yeah.
So they had to do and I'm not trying to laugh about it, but they had to do a PSA.
I think Erek might be on the right path here, and I think you both kind of are.
No,
based on
it's
what you're
I
telling
don't.
me.
It's not. It was honestly like, it was a guide for being careful of accidentally getting hit by a train. It's not that dark.
It's in the same category as when you get handed a coffee cup from a takeaway place, or for example, I think it all stemmed from McDonald's. It's like, caution, contents hot.
Yeah.
They have to advertise these things because they assume people don't have common sense, because honestly, a lot of people don't.
But that would confuse me. Like if I was, because again, this is a very popular podcast, so they're paying a lot to get this in front of a lot of people, and usually it's services like mattresses for better sleep or whatever. People, like companies trying to sell you something. But if I was listening to this podcast and it randomly cut on with, next time you're at a McDonald's drive-thru and you get a really hot cup of coffee, make sure you don't take that lid off and spill it all over yourself because coffee is hot. It's just like,
So,
do I need that?
Can I mention something real quick? Just because we're on the subject of talking about McDonald's and hot coffees and such. Did you know that the lady who actually sued over that, people think of that as like a frivolous lawsuit, but like that coffee was legitimate. Like they legitimately like scarred this woman. Like,
Well, yeah. Like
Yeah.
legitimacy behind it.
Yeah, that's
like it was
for sure.
It was a super legitimate reason for suing.
That whole
them.
coffee
And it was
thing, that was a whole thing. Yeah, that was
my God,
intense. But that's the same vein, I guess, is what like, I guess my question is, how many people accidentally die to trains? Like, is that like a leading cause of death in America?
I think, okay, to answer your question, I think there obviously must be a statistic if there is a need.
I just
for
didn't
an
realize that it was, because you don't hear about it. And again, I don't want to, maybe it's like a really common thing, and I don't want to like upset anyone that's listening, like my whatever got hit by a train. That would be awful. But it's like on the news, on this, on that, I never hear about anyone getting hit by trains unless it's a little less of an accident. But this was literally like a PSA, like, hey, people are out there left, right, and center getting hit by trains. Just make sure you look left and right because they're coming and they're coming fast.
Well, I think there's some people who play on train tracks, like kids play on train tracks. There obviously must be some reality to it. Like, it's obviously something that I don't think about, or I don't understand enough to the point where I hear an ad like that. Well, it's like, oh, it's obvious. Well, maybe for some people it's not, though. So like, I don't know.
I've seen videos online where of near misses where people will like their car, they tried to like get through a railroad track because the things went down and they're like, no, I can get through this, and then they can't because they get stuck or something.
There
so
was
he gets
actually
out of his car and he tries to wave them down and say like, stop the train, stop
okay,
the
that's
train.
not
Like,
how
he's an
trains
idiot.
work.
Yeah, exactly. Trains are not going to stop for you.
There's
They
one I
cannot.
saw the other day, actually. It's like a new one. It was on the Talk. This guy was down bad on Talk for sure because he was driving through in this massive truck across this train, and the boom gate starts coming down. He's carrying a massive windmill blade, like one of those giant electronic air windmill blades.
Okay.
And he's trying to come through, and the things come down on his truck, and he can't go back. So he's literally trying to gun it through the train station, through the train thing. And he's like tearing up the side of it, like, and everything trying to get through, but all the cars can't move any further. And this train comes in and like takes out this wind blade, and the truck's getting yanked back with it, like up into the sky. Everyone was fine, but it looked brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to stay the heck away from that when that happens, if that happens.
I think there obviously is an etiquette when. Okay, you see the lights flashing. Some people gun it. That's just careless driving, of course. And there's always going to be careless drivers. So there's always going to be accidents. So I understand there probably is a need for the public service announcements. And, again, when we hear something like that, it's like, okay, well, duh, But obviously there's a statistic out there that warrants as such. So,
Okay.
To quote George Carlin, imagine how dumb the average person is. And then remember that half of the people are dumber than that.
It struck me as weird, and I thought maybe while taking it very seriously, we can have a goof and a gaff about it. But
sure.
you definitely took it to like 3 different dark places, and then tried to rationalize the ad. So maybe we should just move on from it.
You really derailed that one.
Oh, God, no.
I was like, hey, do we really need to look out for trains? And you're like, are you sure it was an accident? Are you sure there weren't kids playing on the trains? I mean, it's like, okay, don't worry about it.
Could it have been people tied to the train tracks by sneak?
Are you sure this wasn't an ad for old Western movies where the bad guy with the big twirly mustache would tie people up, leave them on the train track? All right. You guys wear shoes in the house?
Yeah, all the time.
Every chance I get.
Before the show,
I saw you just put your shoes on, producer, by the way. Like that was visible in frame 5 minutes ago.
I had kicked him off prior, but I was like, oh, my feet are a little uncomfortable.
Oh my
I'll put
God.
my shoes back on.
There's no way.
Support.
Before the show, we started getting into an argument that I made everyone stop because I thought it would be funny to bring to the show. And there's probably no way we'd capture the original argument now, but I am walking around in my house barefoot upstairs, and then I find out that these 2 heathens are wearing shoes in their own houses, and then they both admitted to me that they both wear shoes all the time at home because it's more comfortable.
Yeah, I basically take them off to sleep and to shower.
Same.
No.
So, I mean, some people don't take them off for the shower, and that's fine too. I don't want to judge anybody.
Okay, let me tell you
I
this.
can't imagine this.
Remember when I said my house was almost broken into? What's the first thing I did? I put pants on, and then I went to go for my shoes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, what if I have to run? What if I have
to
defend
that's
myself?
A completely different situation.
Okay. But
that's an on-edge fight or flight situation. I'm talking about like you're home from
that's our secret wood.
We're
always about ready to fight or flight.
From a hard day work, you want to kick your feet up and watch TV. You're kicking up in sneaks.
Yeah. I've got Vans on, man. It's like they're comfortable.
Oh yeah.
And it's okay. So I'll agree with the producer. Sleeper shower is the only time I don't wear shoes, and it's probably something I learned from my father. But at the same time, it's like I'm more comfortable with shoes on. It's very rare that like, okay, my son's running around. I need to catch him. If I have socks on and there's the hardwood floor upstairs, I'm slipping over, and I'm like burning out trying to get a couple footsteps in. But when I have shoes, I have immediate traction, so I'm ready to go. You know what I mean?
Okay, these are all like very situational examples you're bringing up, but you specifically said, along with the producer, you're more comfortable at home wearing shoes in general.
Oh, for sure. Like, I'll for example, I'll put my son to bed. First thing I do is I go out to the couch,
wine, put on the Vans.
I put on the Vans
and
I come downstairs and I go to work. I think it might have, I don't know, shoes can plate me. I don't know. Call me crazy.
I hate it.
I mean, it's just one of those things. Like, some people come from a house where they take shoes off, and if I'm at one of those houses, okay, I'll do it. I'll take my shoes off. I don't care.
You take your shoes off in my house for sure.
Yeah, but if I'm at home and I'm in my own home. I'm
Your
going to do
domain.
what feels comfortable to me.
How does
And
that
sometimes
feel?
That's gonna be,
How does it feel? Okay, so me, my shoes are never on. My shoes are as far away from me as possible because I like to be comfortable at all times. So I in the house. I usually
Wait,
am wearing
Do you film your shows barefoot?
in socks.
Oh my god.
You know what? I was thinking the same thing because now I'm realizing that looking at Eric and now looking at you, producer, I mean, your camera is very blurry, but I'm now realizing you're wearing shoes now. You're wearing shoes now in your houses, and you've
I
been
had 'em off
wearing
for a minute.
shoes every episode we filmed, and it's like a mind-blowing thing. Like, it's like realizing the person you're talking to on the Zoom call isn't wearing pants. It's like my whole world and vision and illusion of you both has been shattered. I am barefoot right now. I actually, when I film and stream, when I do the podcast, when I do anything streaming, I'm sat here for so long with lights on in this very hot room. You absorb heat through your feet. So I take my socks off because I'm trying to stay cool and it helps. But I do feel a little naked without socks on, I'll be honest. But I always have socks on. I wake up in the morning, I put socks on. I've got socks on for the day. Unless I go outside, I'll strap on me kicks, my little sneaks, and I'll go outside and walk around, get them all muddied and dirtied. And then when I come back into the house, shoes off. I don't want to track that through the house. I don't want to get my nice rug or carpets dirty. And I want to kick my feet up and wiggle my toes and just have a nice relaxing evening.
See, I'm not about
Generally
that.
speaking, I don't go anywhere super dirty. Like I'll go from my house to my
You're still
car,
taking them
into
outside.
a store.
They're
Sure,
still
like, for the-
outside in the world. I mean, what if you
bit.
go to like a public, what if you're in the store, you're like, I have to pee, and you're in the urinal and you're like stepping around in all the pee, because you know there's stale pee on the floor. You know people
mean,
aren't
people
not getting it
clean
all
that,
in the
like-
bowl, and then you're at
Just clean
home
that night.
and you're
I mean, I don't
rubbing
know where
that
you
on.
go.
You're rubbing that on your cup.
I don't know where you go,
100%.
buddy,
You use public urinals at some point. We all do, and then
I don't know where you go, buddy, but I don't go places with like sticky pee on the ground and stuff, and like
it happens.
and
It
But
happens.
you know what? You know what though? Even if I did, sometimes maybe it does. But think about it this way: I'm walking through all the rest of the store, all the rest of the driveway, all the way through.
Oh, you think it's
whatever
rubbing off
parking
on the
lot.
way?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's not just coming. You're not just
what you're
leaving a
trying to
pee
say-
trail everywhere you go.
Sure.
It's like the crowd of average Joes is essentially pissing on my carpet right now.
Yes!
Because I've worn my shoes in
You got
Woolworths.
pee on there. You've got maybe you stepped in something else in the store. Maybe there's some like milk on the floor. I don't know, man. But like just grime, dirtiness in general. I mean, when you go to someone's house and you see they have a dirty floor or a dirty carpet, you know they wear shoes in their house, 100%. And when you go to someone's house and they have nice, clean carpets, you're like, oh, you're a shoes off family. Okay, I see that.
What if I told you that I regularly run my shoes through a daily wash spin cycle with stain blasting detergent, and also if my shoes are scuffed up, I'll take baby wipes to them. I also regularly vacuum and mop the floors. I'm aware of the sins that I commit, Wood.
Look, all
Wow,
of that
this is
I don't believe. But if you did do that, then that's 50% of my argument taken care of, and I understand that. And okay, power to you. That is a lot of work, my guy, just to wear shoes in the house. That is a lot of it. That's a lot of time of your week just so you can wear shoes in the house. But fine.
Yeah.
But fine. But there's the other half of there is no way it's more comfortable than not having shoes on.
I mean, I highly disagree. By the way, you walk around in your socks all
Yeah.
day long.
Yeah.
Do you? So you got stairs in your home, right?
Yes.
Stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of a dangerous situation. Are they carpeted?
What?
Are they wood?
It's a carpeted.
It's a
They
trip
are
hazard,
carpeted.
man.
Okay, so that's not as bad.
Even if they weren't, like, how
hardwood,
uncoordinated
dude.
are you guys that you get on a hardwood floor in socks and you're slipping around like
No,
a
no, no, not
Nickelodeon's
just-
cartoon?
not- dude, no. Not just hardwood in general. I got hardwood floors, yeah, but I got hardwood steps to my basement as well.
Okay.
And to go down them in socks is very treacherous
Dangerous.
because they're slippery.
So it's a
It's a-
at-home safety
health
hazard.
hazard.
Is it? It's a health hazard.
It actually is a
OH&S.
tripping
Huh.
hazard.
Okay. No, I learned how to walk when I was a baby, so I'm pretty
Well,
set there.
congratulations for you, but I mean, people like do fall down their stairs
Can
and
we-
hurt themselves.
Yeah, we should get a
so-
PSA for it on some podcasts.
Yeah, perhaps.
Wear socks wear socks
that'll be
around
our
the house.
first sponsored ad. Is it's I don't know, shoe.
Do
grip or
you
something.
have hardwood floors? Do you wear socks around the house? Hi, this is the American government. Hey, chat, can we please do a poll here? I need to know this. Can we do a poll? Actually, producer, you're a mod now. So, shoes or no shoes in house? Just shoes or no shoes? I want to know what the percentage of people is that are wearing shoes in the house.
I'll
I
vote
don't
in
even
it.
know how to do this.
I don't know.
You just figure it out.
You don't know how to do it?
Yeah, somebody else got it though.
Okay.
Okay. Shoes inside. Let me go ahead and click. Yes.
No. Oh, the no's are smashing, you guys. My God. I'm telling you, that's why I was so baffled, because both of you told me this. And, like, I don't know anyone that does this. And the fact that both of you were, like, shoes on more comfortable, my mind was blown. That's like, one of you being weird, I could get it. Two of you? Like, what are the chances?
I don't know.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean,
I don't
each to
know.
their own.
Maybe it's
I
a
get
cultural thing. I'm a Midwest guy. But that's just kind of how it is. I don't know. Not very many people are particular or persnickety about it. My family never was.
Not that you say that. Like, okay, some people, okay, I guess the middle ground would be slippers or inside shoes or something.
Yeah,
like that.
I
I
guess,
get
yeah.
that. I mean, put it this way: like, if I'm out, with my new whippersnipper that I bought from Bunnings 2 weeks ago, if I'm out, I'm putting on my old Nikes that are going to be grass stained. I'm aware of bringing that in there and then staining the carpet as such. But then if I'm being casual, being comfortable, I put on my Vans.
We got 82% said no shoes. So I feel validated.
Okay. Good for you.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
if you need the support of the public to feel validated, that's fine, man.
I just didn't like being the odd man out. Like, it was blowing my mind. I honestly don't. I mean, I don't care. I mean, it's not my feet. You do what you want. Doesn't bother me at all. And a lot of this is just most of this is just a goof and gaff for the podcast. I know, we know that. But I honestly cannot understand how you can say shoes are more comfortable than not wearing shoes. You have to have some god tier comfortable ass shoes to think that strapping them on and tying them down is more comfortable than having your feet free.
Okay, producer.
I'm wearing some actual more. They're like the old Vans, the old squishy Vans that were really awesome. These are the Converse All Stars that they're making now with like the really good, like soft soles.
But you're still
really nice.
wearing something. Like, nothing is going to be more comfortable than nothing. Let me ask you this. Do you guys feel more comfortable completely naked or fully clothed?
Oh, fully clothed for sure. Yep.
Yeah.
I don't mean like in public or like someone seeing you.
No. Just in general.
I do wear clothes in bed, but you've never just lied in bed naked and just felt that feeling of just nothing.
I mean, I prefer
like it.
underpants at least. At the least, right? But yeah,
I prefer to sleep like shirt and pants. Actually, that's how I prefer to sleep. Mostly because if someone comes into the room, I want to be able to grab my bat and start swinging and not have anything flipping out.
Well, see, that's why I want to be mostly naked, so I can grab my bat and start swinging too.
My home run bat, my big home run bat.
Nobody said anything.
I feel more comfortable being clothed in that situation because it makes me feel safer. But you can't deny the feeling of lying in silk sheets completely naked is so freeing.
I mean,
it's just it's the ultimate comfort.
I don't know.
There's nothing restricting.
Should we start another poll about sleeping naked versus?
No, because I feel like I would even probably vote for sleeping clothed. But
okay, this is my thing here. This is I always wear skinny jeans, right? I'm always wearing skinny jeans. Like I don't even wear sweatpants or anything. If I choose, if I'm around the house, I've got jeans on. 100%. It's always skinny jeans. I'm always wearing skinny jeans. Perhaps it's maybe me. I like. It's not restrictive, isn't the word, but tight-fitting things around me, so that way I feel like I'm able to move freely.
Yeah, you like it tight.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But anyway,
I gotta be honest. When I get up and I shower, when I'm just around my when I'm around my house, I when I start my day, I put jeans on because I want to be productive. Yep. I want to feel like I'm productive. So I understand. I've been wearing jeans all day in house, even though I haven't gone anywhere. But as soon as we're probably going to be done with this podcast, I've gotten into a habit. I have a bunch of comfy pants now, like loose fitting. Like there's actually a pair of pants I got for a sponsor like 2 years ago from Mack Weldon. And they're not a sponsor anymore, but they are so comfortable. And I put those on end of a day, and I sit here, and I just feel like it's less heat, it's more flowy, it's breathable, and I'm just so comfortable with my no shoes on, and it's nice.
I can understand that. I totally understand. I think that probably also has to do with something in my brain that doesn't allow me to shut off like work mode. So like I'll still be wearing jeans at like 10, 11 o'clock tonight. I'll be sitting on the couch or something, and immediately I'm like, oh, gee, I should be doing something right now. You know what I mean? Instead of sitting here watching YouTube, like the new beat 'em ups video, or for example, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Thankfully, someone watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. You guys do you. I don't really care. But I don't know. I can't understand shoes ever being more comfortable than no shoes. I won't get it. Comfy shoes I get.
Like I get sometimes it's more comfortable to kick off the shoes, like especially if you've had a long day.
Yeah,
like
it's like taking your
walking
bra
around.
off after a long day.
Yeah, kick the shoes off. Let the dogs relax. Let them air out a little bit.
Oh
But
God,
once
that
they're-
feeling.
But once they're cold, once they're like getting a little cool, it's like
Put socks on.
I put shoes back on.
No, you put
warm up
socks
the
on.
dogs.
Nope, socks are fine.
It might be a blood flow thing where people with cold feet just prefer to have that extra layer. I don't know.
Put on two pairs
Do
of
your feet
socks.
get too cold, Eric?
No, I don't know. I don't know the science behind this. I don't feel comfortable unless I'm fully clothed.
I think the
times.
producer needs thicker socks. I think he's buying those Walmart socks.
I mean, maybe I am.
Got those Fruit of the Looms, dude. You're
All right, that's enough about that.
Yeah,
It just blew my mind. It blew my mind.
Yeah.
Steven in chat says he wears double socks.
Really? I have to say, I do appreciate in Australia the Bonds brand. Everything I wear now, like in terms of socks and underwear, is Bonds. It's quite comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm bad about underwear. I've had the same underwear for like 5 years. I need to buy more
I
underwear.
really want to do someday. Just get rid of all of the underpants.
Yeah,
all
same.
of the socks,
Uh-huh.
and just get like one brand, one style, and
Wow.
just fill the drawer.
I don't know
That's
about
what I
that.
wear.
Not have to worry anything again. Like just
That's it.
Never match socks ever again. That's what I want to do.
That's
Just-
interesting. I think
That's-
I think I'd get
same
bored. I kind of like every day. Like, what socks should I wear today?
Ooh, speaking of, I've got McDonald's socks right now. Do you want to see them? Should I do a sock
You gotta
reveal?
take your shoes off
A
for a
sock
second
reveal?
and be all
no, no.
uncomfortable.
Hold on, Eric.
They're-
Eric,
yeah.
buddy, hold on. Save it for the OnlyFans.
Oh,
Yeah, only Eric's.
Okay, well, I better not then.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say my Kickstarter. I do a video game.
Sorry, yes, yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
What's your thing?
Well, I was thinking about it. I'm like, a lot of my videos are about indie games. I do like the whole 10 eShop games, right? It's literally I've covered like 250 indie games. Why don't I just make my own indie game?
You should.
And I was,
And you
I,
can
you know, I was thinking,
Voice act.
yeah, and I could
Yes.
voice act in my own game. Also, like, I've probably at this point qualified for a few favors from some people. You know, I've
for
hyped
sure.
up a lot of studios, a lot of indie games. There's probably some talent I can pull from, and
Maybe.
you know, if I got the funding for it, I could make an indie game, and
What kind
I
of
would
donation
love
that?
that.
Ooh, one of the tiers could be you could voice act, so that'd be like the highest.
Oh,
tier.
I'm voice acting no matter what.
Yeah,
That's
Wood's-
free.
Wood's
That's a
covering
freebie.
all of the bases. He's doing the whole thing. What kind of game would it be?
See, I do have an idea, but that's not only a topic for another time, but I don't want to give away my idea this early
That's a good
into
point. Yeah.
not
Ooh,
even having done it.
I had a really great idea, and I think you know our friend John Gamester 81.
Yeah.
I sent him a message years and years ago with an idea because he's part of Collector Vision Games.
Yeah.
I sent him an idea, and he was like, "Oh, that's really cool." And I'm actually meant to follow it up, and I thought it was a really cool. It was like Metal Gear Solid for the ColecoVision. That's what my idea was. Like
Run
a
it
roguelike.
by me later. Maybe I'll make it.
Okay, yeah, I genuinely will.
All right. I think that's our show. I liked it.
That was good. I like the new format. It's easy.
We actually covered all the dot points other than would wrestle, which was in
Should
maybe
you?
anyway. So
Yeah,
I'll save that
honestly,
for next week.
Okay, that sounds good. We'll follow that up.
Yeah. We'll save that for next week. Thank you everyone for watching this episode 21, this new version, or listening if you're listening to the audio.
because it'll be up.
This is what we wanted, I guess, for the new format. I liked it. This one had some ups and downs and some slows and some fasts, and I think that was mostly because we had a lot of catching up to do. But it's going to be interesting moving forward. Now it's going to be weekly again, just getting into the show and all the fun stuff we talked about, that's more what
Mhm.
we'd be focusing on, and I liked it.
I will say though that this style of podcast is more akin to things that I've listened to in the past. Literally just a group of people just talking in your
Yeah.
ear for an hour and a half, 2 hours. And it's timeless as well, because we're not really covering, oh, today in the news, such and such. But it's
Although
just
I
us
would
talking
like to
about
do
whatever.
some of that now and then.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
we will do that. Don't get me wrong, but it's an easier format. It's a format in which we don't need to spend a lot of time and effort. We literally just show up. And like honestly, we could even just show up and turn the cameras. Like you can invite me to the call as soon as you go live.
Yeah. And
That's
then
the-
we
you know,
wouldn't
it's
we
just-
wouldn't waste all the good shoe and sock conversation on the pre-show.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, I think we'll end as far as the show goes right here. With the audio, but then I think we should just talk to the chat
can-
for a little bit
yeah,
and
interact with the chat.
read any subs or donos we saw. So if you're listening to the audio version or you're watching the video version, your version is ending right now. I'm sorry to say.
Oh.
You should have
Thanks
watched
for
it
watching.
live. But thanks for watching and listening regardless. We hope you had a good time, and join us next week for the next episode. We didn't really think of a way to end the new format. I guess fist bumps only still works.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching and listening. Catch up with the Wood and Erek Show at woodanderek.com. Fill out the valued viewer form to be part of the show, and leave the boys a voicemail at 210-951-4927. Bye!